Hi, I'm Anita Potter from Needles and Hooks, and welcome to episode, I have no idea, UFO to FO. It'll be in the description, it'll be in the title. I just can't remember. So a UFO stands for unfinished objects and FO stands for finished objects. So we're going to take my UFOs and try to turn them into FOs. And today, since I haven't done this in a UFO to FO episode in a really long time, I'm going to work on my 10 stitch sock blanket. I mean, it's gotten a little bit bigger, not by much. This is taking forever. Well, let me show you the proper side, not the knotted side. So it's getting there. If I can, don't lose the needle. Hang on. So, yeah, it's getting there. So I'm going to start with this. And I'm going to put a timer on for 30 minutes. And then I'm going to take a break. And then I'll set another timer for 30 minutes. And finish off. So if I get to the end of this, since the corner needs concentration, I will pick up a different project. So let's get going. And we're off. So I ended up shooting 2 videos tonight. This one's going to come out on Monday. And I need to edit that finished objects and yarn buys one. So we back up somewhere. See, my camera is all sorts of weird. One of these days I'll get it figured out. Yeah, so I was hoping I could do more like tutorials, but after this week, but the apartment inspection that was supposed to be Thursday, they didn't email us until like past 1:30 in the afternoon. Oh, yeah, we're rescheduling it for the following Thursday. And I'm like, yeah, it's ridiculous. So I have to take next Thursday off of work too, because I don't want anybody in my apartment unless I'm here. And that's my right as a tenant. So, yep, killed myself getting the place sort of cleaned up. I mean, I got that giant box of yarn sitting right there, and I got another box over here too that I'm gonna have to deal with at some point this weekend. And can't get the stitch, and I'm still not in frame. You can't see what I'm doing really. Let's not add an extra stitch. Hang on. 2, 4, 6. Okay. Alright, I lost my mind for a sec. This is basically kind of like a mindless project. It's just 10 stitches. You're only working on 10 stitches. You get to the end. You pick up a stitch from the previous round, and then you come back, you knit it together. You knit those 2 stitches together on the wrong side, and then keep going. So it's still 10 stitches. Yeah. So I forgot what I was talking about. Yeah, I'm working on getting like the calendar part of the crochet temperature blanket together. I'm having to use I wonder if I could just use Affinity Publisher. I wonder if that would work, because I'm having issues making the calendar blanks inside of Affinity Designer. So, because I come from like Illustrator background, but seeing as they want to stick their stuff behind a paywall, and my CS5 didn't want to work on this computer, I was over it. So it's been a dry night. It was like dry day. The wind's been blowing all day, so my allergies have been messing with me all week long. And yeah, so I'm gonna get the calendar portion done for the crochet version. And I found an easier way to do the half square triangles where you're not messing with 2 different color yarns at the same time, which is like, I don't want to do that. That would drive me absolutely insane. Yet over here, I have color work. Whoops, dropped it. But, and I work with 2 at a time, but doing it with the crochet, unless you're stranding it across, is going to be a little, just too much of a pain to deal with. So I'm just going to cut that out and do it a different way that I found. And trust, it took me forever to find a different way to do it. Where you're only working at one color at a time. And I do need to do make a swatch just to see how many rounds of that I want to do, because I don't know. I have to make the calendars in order to figure out how many blocks tall, how many blocks wide it's going to end up being. You know, I like the idea of it looking like a calendar. I'm not going to embroider letters on it. No, I'm not doing that. That's too much work. But I'll know what it's for. And it's like, if I do it again, well, it depends on how this turns out this time, because I've never done a temperature blanket. I mean, there's the commitment. It's a year-long project. And I'm doing 2 of them. I'm doing 1 crochet and 1 knit. And I need to do some math on the knit one to make sure that it's actually going to be wide enough. Because I'd like to have blankets that are wide enough. And, well, I have no doubt they'll be long enough, but they should at least be wide enough. Well, except for, yeah, the knit one, I clocked it at, before doing any kind of like border work on it, it'll be like 300 something rows, but they're only going to be done on, I need to math some more, because I was thinking, I was like, okay, let me just going to make it 12 stitches across, 4 rows for high, 4 rows for the low, and 2 rows in black to separate the days. And oh, I lost my train of thought. I'm trying to think, what was I gonna say about it? And I was gonna do, like, I'm hoping I have enough black for that. I hope, because I'm only gonna have like one skein out. One skein, the 2 skeins that I got of each of the big twist colors, one's going to be the knit, one's going to be crochet. And that'll take care of that. But I'm only going to have 1, 2 of the blacks out, and I'll still have 4 of them just hanging out until I run out something before, and I won't, God, I cannot talk tonight. I'll only have 2 out until I need to grab from the rest of them. And I have to do the math, because in between on the knitted one, it's going to be a panel of black, but I need to figure out what my gauge is width-wise. I mean, I could always add rows after the fact. That's no big deal. I got circular needles, so I can do that. No problem. But I just need to figure out what exactly the size is going to be, and how many of the in-between borders I'm going to have to do. And I kind of want to, like, not leave the in-betweens panels to the last minute. I want to, like, do it almost at the same time, so I may end up with 3 black skeins of yarn out and roaming free. I'm still trying to do this properly. If only I had a better space to do this in. A house and a recliner and a regular video camera would be great. But as I don't have that stuff right now, I will just try to make do with what I've got. I don't have a yarn wall. Right now I've got a yarn box of 2 buckets that I made back there. Trying to finish this bucket. Basket, bucket, whatever. Same thing. It holds stuff. Has handles. So, yeah, I'm hoping to get that done. I've got 9 more blocks on the knitted color work lapgan I'm doing. And I've started designing the other one. The next block, I just need to finish it so I can get going on it. And my wrap is in my little basket over here, hanging out, waiting patiently for me to work on it again. It's 16 rows of... My hands are killing me. Basically. It's just a lot of knit two together stuff. Now, the yarn overs don't really bother me because it's a yarn over. But knitting two together a couple of times in a row, it gets taxing on your hands. I'm also not sure how long I'm going to make that. I don't know why I wrote down on the original pattern, the only copy of that pattern that I wrote said 90 inches. That's huge. So I don't think I'm going to do it that long. I'd have to look at my tape measure and see exactly what 90 inches really looks like because I can't picture it in my head. And I don't... come on. Can we knit two together, please? There we go. I can't imagine that length off the top of my head right now. I know what 6 feet is because my son is 6'2", so it's basically that. So I wonder if it would be 7 feet. 7 times 12 is 4. Wait. 7 times 2 is 14. 8. So it's over 7 foot. It'll be over 7 foot long. It's about 2 foot wide, I think. I'd have to measure it again now that I've gotten like at least 4 or shush phone, 4 or 5 repeats done on it. So I'm not sure. It might be around 2 feet wide. 7 feet long might be excessive, but I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. I'll have to take my tape measure out during the break and like check it. Because I want it to wrap around. That's why it's called a wrap. It wraps around. And I'm still trying to be in the frame. If I had a regular camera on a tripod, if I had like a lamp in my room and a camera on a tripod, I'd probably be doing it in there. It'd be a lot more, it would be more comfortable. Completely more comfortable to do than sitting in here. But if I don't have a lamp yet. And I'm not sure if I can get one this weekend or not because, well, I bought yarn. Kind of blew my yarn budget for the next like couple of months, but whatever. That's fine. Because as soon as I get that sorted, ugh, I hate this. This is what happens when you like repurpose yarn. Because this yarn was a pair of socks, but they never really fit right. There we go. And this yarn is discontinued, so I can't remember what it was called either. But I frogged the socks. Because I wasn't wearing them. That's like... And they didn't fit right. And they wouldn't fit my daughters. My daughters have bigger feet than I do. So it wouldn't have fit them. So I just frogged it. And now it's going in a blanket. Which is... what these are. This specific one, this is a Lion brand something or other. I don't remember the name, but this is discontinued. I really wish they would come back with the self patterning yarn. You know, it's like, come on. I want to like make it look fancy without me having to make it look fancy. It's already fancy as I work it. You know? That's why I like I do like the ombre yarn. And it's like, wow. Because my wrap is working up purty. It's really pretty. At least I think it is. I still have 3 skeins of Red Heart Super Saver Stripes. I think is it Jumbo Latte? Something like that. I think I might do a corner to corner with that. I'm not sure yet. I need to finish more projects than I start. I have way too many. Right now, I would like to... This is a long-term project, so I'm not expecting this to be done anytime soon, because I know I'm going to eventually run out of my sock yarn, and I kind of want this blanket for my bed for, like, when it's summer. Not too hot. Not too cold, just right. And I think I'm going to... maybe back it with fabric. I don't know yet because I've got that it's a mitered square blanket all done with size 4 yarn, worsted weight. Pretty sure all of it's Red Heart Super Saver something or other. So it's sitting over there, and I've got this Bernay blanket yarn, and I'm crocheting a backing for it. I'm gonna make 3 panels. 74 stitches wide, and if it overlaps, it overlaps, because this place is small. That blanket is huge. I can't exactly lay it flat on my floor and measure it. I can't exactly put it on my bed and measure it because it's done in garter stitch, and garter stitch stretches a lot, so it's a little difficult to figure it out on that. Ugh, so many fuzzies. Trying to get that off of there so it's not messing with me. Yeah, oh yeah, I forgot. Also, the temperature blanket, the knit temperature blanket, is going to be done in the seed stitch. Because that shouldn't stretch like garter stitch does, and it lays flat. I like having blankets that lay flat, and I don't have to worry about it. I'm also still trying to figure out how I'm going to put the months together. And I really don't want to, like, leave it as a last thing on the blanket to do. I want to do it at the same time. So I might, like, because I'm just going to work on the blankets. I'm going to take the temperatures down, and I'm going to, like, work them. Like, I'm going to do a week at a time. So, in between that, I'm going to, like, start the middle panel, the in-between the months panel. I also need a border panel. Crap. Start that. And I'm going to use size 8 needles. So, I've got plenty of them. Like, size, I can use these. I can use my straight needles. So I'm not going to run out of size 8s anytime soon. And I'm trying to figure out where I'm at on this. Where am I picking up? Did I already pick? I can't tell. Oh, I hate it when this does this. Okay, I think I already... Did I already do that one? I don't know. Because if I go in that again... I think I already did, so I'm going to go over here. Sometimes you just can't tell. Yeah, because I want to get that started. Just the panel. I just need to get the math done on it. Do a gauge swatch. Figure it out. I mean, I've got Big Twist sitting over here in, I think it's slime. So, I think that's what this is. Yeah. I have this in slime. Why is that being weird? My OBS was stuttering. I don't know why. But yeah, I'm going to do a swatch in this. And figure out my with how many stitches I need. So I would like to keep the panels the same size for like consistency. So it should be like there's 12 months. I should have, I think, 11 black panels in between and 2 on either side. So it should be 13 black panels. Wait, that doesn't make any sense. One. Yeah. 13 black panels and 12 colorful ones. And I just need to make sure it's like wide enough for a normal blanket. Not sure how wide I want it though. I don't want it to be gargantuan. But I'm still trying to figure out how I'm going to put them together. That's the one thing I don't know what I'm going to do. Because I really don't want to hand sew them at all. Because that would suck. And I don't want to crochet the knit one together. It should all be knitted. The crochet one's going to be all crocheted. The knit one's going to be all knit. So I don't know if I don't want to do stranded. Like, I don't want to do the stranded work on either side of it, you know. I'm still thinking. I also don't want to make it at the same time and have it attached because I've done that before and it's kind of a pain. It's too much to deal with. So I'm not sure. It's going to be columns of color with black borders and like kind of like stained glass almost. We'll see. Whatever, I should do 2 black on the top. Or just wait on that. Yeah, I think I'll just wait on that. Because I'm not going to do it on the bottom. Because it's going to be 31 days for 30 days for January, and it's going to go all the way down. So 30 times 10, that's 300 rows for that, except there are 31 days in a few of the months. God, I really cannot talk tonight. So I need to math that real quick. Let me math that. Calculator. 31. I don't know why I'm doing this. Times 10 is 310 rows. So for the months that have 31 days, it's 310 rows. So what I'm going to do is when I get done with the 30 days in January, I will make the rest of it in the black color. And then February, he's only got 28. It's not a leap year next year. So that's 280 rows, and the rest of it will be in black. The only ones that will go all the way down will be July, August, October, and December. So those will be all the way down. Well, I could do when I do. I still need to figure out how I'm going to attach it. Decisions that I cannot figure out. Because like I said, I do not want to hand sew them together. It's not a good use of my time. I hate hand sewing. Even on regular sewing, I hated hand hemming hems. I did not enjoy it. It took forever. Made my hands hurt. Stitches weren't even because I was just getting like impatient with it. But yeah, I won't do that, but I'll sit here and do this all day long. Whee. Let's see. Yeah. Just making sure. I should have enough yarn. I'm not gonna run out of this specific yarn anytime soon. There's still a bit of a big ball down in my coffee can on the floor. So we are just knitting, 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 knitting. Yeah, so as soon as I can get the crochet blocks one figured out, especially with the like the blocks that aren't a day, but it's like, you know how a calendar has like empty blocks at the beginning most of the time and at the bottom most of the time. I'm gonna make those first, and then I will set those aside. I'm gonna mark them. I really need to get like little baggies or something to put them in, and so I can write on it like week 1 January, or just January. Well, those would be January. I'd have to have 12 of those, and I wouldn't have to get big bags. I could get the small bags, the pint ones, not the really tiny snack ones, even though I could probably get away with that. But I'll do the bigger size for that. Just grab those from the dollar store. Next time I can get over there. And hopefully I'm talking loud enough. My mic is like far, far away. It's not that far. It's about 2 feet from me. I really need to figure out why my little boom arm thing doesn't swivel inside the thing it's clamped onto my desk with. I need to like take my mic off, unhook it, maybe figure out how to like bang it into submission so that way I can just like move it like closer. So I'm not having to feel like I'm yelling, or I'd have to edit the audio because I'm like, it sounds like I'm whispering. And I don't want to normalize the audio because, well, I have an audio engineering background and I don't normalize my audio. I prefer to volume automate it in music. So, yeah. Which, trying to get back to working on that channel is taking another week back because, and so is this one for right now until that stupid inspection is over with. That way I can like concentrate on doing stuff and focusing on content creation and not like, oh my god, I need to clean everything, which is what I did over the last week. It was just a nightmare, and I did it Wednesday after work, and I did more of it Thursday when I got up, and then I'm sitting there waiting and waiting and waiting, and nobody showed. And then we got that email, and it was really annoying because I missed out on a company barbecue for this, and I could have been having food and prizes, but no. They decided not to tell us until like the last absolute minute. And it's like, seriously? It's not like I was going to like hop in my car and drive back to work. No, I wasn't going to do that. No, it's like, I'm at home. I'm not going all the way over there. Because it's a 20-minute drive there and 20 to 30 minutes on the way back, depending on what time of day it is and how much traffic's out there. What's my timer? Gotta be getting close. Oh, I got 46 seconds. I can do 2 more rows. I'm gonna do 2 more rows, regardless if that alarm goes off or not. Because I've already started this one, and I'm gonna finish it. Let me see, is it a knot in my yarn? Yep. That's fine. Pick it up. I'm still not paying attention to see if I'm in frame or not. It's like, I really need to work on my setup. It's just there's only so much I can do in this tiny little apartment. I'm going to finish this row, and then I'm going to take a break. Which is going to include turning my AC on because it's kind of hot in here. Come on. Okay. And there we are. Yeah, not too bad. And I didn't really get too far with it, so I don't think I'm going to reach the corner in the next 30-minute block. I'll get close. I probably won't get there, but we shall see. And now it's time to take a break. Take a break. I'm watching you. And we're back after a break. Took a little longer than like 10 minutes, but whatever. For you, it'll be a few seconds, like 5 seconds on it, unless you took a nice long break too. My yarn's all wrapped around my needle here. Get back to normal. All right. Let me make sure 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. I have 10 stitches. So I'm trying to figure this out here. Wrong way. It's like I can't ever get into frame. This pillow. Oh, maybe we'll make like what I've got behind me is called a quillo. Well, based on a quillo. It's a crocheted in like 3 panels, and then the center panel has a pocket, and you fold it like the left side and then the right side towards the center, overlapping each other, and then you fold it in half down towards the pocket, then you fold it in half again, and then the third one you put it inside the pocket so you have a pillow. But you can use it as a blanket. This is not really long enough for me to use it as a blanket, so I kind of want to make another one that's a little bit longer that I can actually, and maybe a little bit wider too, so if I'm cold and my feet are cold, I can use the pocket for my feet. Yeah, so let's get started back. Our 30-minute timer is ticking away. So last night, I'm shooting this on Friday. Thursday night, or extreme early Thursday morning, in the middle of the night, around 1:30, my power went out. I probably would have slept if the display on my phone didn't light up. I tried finding out what happened like the next day, and it was an unknown power outage. So it lasted like 2 hours, so I don't really think I slept during those 2 hours, other than like cat napped. So I'm a little sleepy. And I went to work, and hopefully, and it's going to be a late night tonight too, so I don't have really a lot of anything to do tomorrow. Well, nothing real major, just like specific things I need to take care of. But it shouldn't take me all day to do everything either. So I should be okay. And I was like, as long as I can get to bed at a decent hour Saturday night, that would be nice. Haven't done that in the last couple of weeks, getting like maybe 4 or 5 hours of sleep and then waking up really early. And it's like, I kind of need some more sleep. Because I went to bed late Wednesday also, because I was home on Thursday for no good reason. Ah, dang it. Alright, hang on here. I'm trying to not screw up my yarn here. There we go. Because when I took it apart, these socks, when I took them apart, it was kind of a pain to take apart. So it would get knotted up, it would get stuck, so I snipped and retied the yarn. And I've got a knot that's messing with me at the moment. Take care of that. There we go. Maybe as soon as I can get a couple of rows away, it won't be an issue. But yeah. So hopefully the power stays on, because I sleep with fans. Now I've got this nonsense going on again. Figure out where I'm supposed to. There we go. Because when the light came on my phone, and I'm like, what was that? And then I realized my fans weren't on anymore, and I'm like, dang it. So I got up, and of course you do the stupid things. You know the power's out. You look out the window. There's no power anywhere. Went to the bathroom and flipped the light switch a couple of times. Yep, power really is out. You know, ridiculous. And it just felt like it took forever to get back on. So hopefully we won't have that again. Because that was oh so much fun. So let me know what you've been working on in the comments section below. And if you haven't already, and I didn't do this in the beginning, pretty please like, share, subscribe, join the Discord. All the links are in the description below. Now that that's out of the way, let's just work on our projects. It's like, really, if I could just stay home and do all this stuff all day long, I probably wouldn't have so many projects floating around. I think I've got, oh God, 12. Like a bunch of them's over on my fake couch over there. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 over here at the desk. And 1, I don't know. It's either 12 or 13. I don't know. But yet I chose to pick the long-term project for this session. That's fine. I'm just trying to get it to where I'm close enough to turn the corner on it. What is up with this yarn? Whatever. Alright. Picking up my stitch. Turning my work. Knitting 2 together. Yeah, I think when I can get through this flipping inspection stuff, I'll do the scarf portion of the hat and scarf, because I still need to learn how to do the magic loop in knitting. Wait, I need to count 2, 4, 6, 8. Okay. I thought I added a stitch. I was wrong. For the hat portion, because I've never done it before and it's going to take practice. So the scarf will be 6 feet long. I just need to work the pattern to where it's like 8 inches wide. I'm not going to use the recommended needle size. I'm going to needle up, I think, to a 9, size 9. and work it that way, because I don't like my scarves like super stiff. That spring into fall set, it wasn't stiff, so nice and drapey works for me. Definitely gonna wear it once it starts being like cold, because tomorrow we're supposed to get rain, Saturday and Sunday, and the temperatures aren't gonna be all that high, so I'm pretty sure Pikes Peak is gonna have snow on it when all is said and done, and that's probably where it's gonna stay for the rest of the year until winter is over the following year. I swear, snow stays up there until like June. And we still really haven't had fall. I mean, it's not technically fall yet. It's in a few days, but I swear we get maybe 2 weeks of fall and then straight into winter. Because then the temperatures get just somewhat a little too crispy cold. And it's like, I'm not ready for long sleeve shirts and coats, because it always takes uh, some time to get used to wearing a coat to work, especially my coat. I really wish I could get another one, a different coat. That one Jesus, I've had that coat for almost 20 years, if not 20 years. I kind of need a new one. One of these days, I will go get one. But today is not that day, because it's like almost, it is in fact 8 o'clock at night on a Friday. And nothing's open, so. I mean, they are, but I'm not going anywhere. Screw that. It's too late at night, so no. Besides, I don't even know what kind of coats are out there. I'd like to have a coat that fits, that isn't too huge to let air in. Because what's the point if the coat's too big for you? Why, it's just gonna let all the cold air in, because it's been windy, so, and when it's cold and the wind blows, it feels way colder. And then if you got a really loose sleeve on your coat, that air is just going to go straight up in it, and it's going to make you cold. So that's what I'm getting at. It's like, I don't like being cold. I also don't like being too hot either. I just want to be Goldilocks. I want to be just right. Not too hot, not too cold, but I want to be just right. Which is about 70... somewhere between 70 and 75 degrees at night. I don't care if it's like 40 degrees overnight. I mean, that's fine. I've got blankets that I can use to bundle up. I haven't bought a blanket in years. You know, I don't even... Yeah, it's been many, many years since I purchased any kind of blanket whatsoever. All the blankets I have like 3 blankets. They're all on my bed. They're all not really long enough to be on my bed, except for the log cabin knitted blanket that I made. I made it specifically to fit my bed. And it goes all the way around the bed and touches the floor. Because that way I'll have enough blanket. I don't like making like tiny blankets unless it's specifically for like a lapgan or something out here where it doesn't really require being as big as a bed. Just something you can like wrap up into. Which I don't have a lot of those either. I mean, I'm working on that that granny square one. but I need to get, God, I need to get border yarn for that, and that's gonna be a minute because I just got all the temperature blanket yarn. And if I need it, I'll just toddle on over to like Joann's or Michael's because they're both like relatively in the same area. I mean, I haven't been to Michael's in forever. Maybe I'll go there instead. Take a couple of my blocks and check out the yarn. Probably have to grab like 3 skeins of it just to be safe. Maybe 4. To be really safe, because I would still have to put a border around the whole project. I just need the stuff to get around the block so I can join it as I go. Because I, again, do not like hand sewing. I can weave in my ends. I usually weave my ends in as I go. But sometimes I don't, or I miss doing it, and it's like, oh, guess I'm gonna hand sew those in. Which that's fine. Unless there's a lot. Then it's like, oh god, why? So, yeah. I'm not sure how many blocks of those I've done. I got, let's see, the last UFO2FO I did. I ended up getting 19 full squares out of 1 skein of yarn. The 20th, I think I got halfway before I had to like grab the other skein, and I bought 4 more, which should be enough for a decent sized blanket. I just, like I said, I have to get the border yarn, and I don't have it. So I'll probably pick that up probably in a couple months. And it's like, it's not critical. It's not like something I have to get done now. I take that project to work, and I work on it in my car on my breaks. When it's not too hot to work on it. The squares are super simple to do. It's 5 rounds. And that's it. They're 6 inches square, relatively. When I put the border on them, it'll probably end up being 7 or close to it. So, a good size blanket. So, trying to think, how many blocks would I need? If I wanted to go, let's see, 4 times 12 is what? 48. So that's like somewhere around 4 feet-ish. Why am I going 4? I don't know. I lost my brain there for a second. Lack of sleep. Okay, so why did I say 4? It's like, it should be 7 times 6 is 42. Oh, that's right. I was mathing for 48 inches, so 7 times 6 is 42. So it'll be 8 squares across. And if I want 6 feet, be 10. So I think I would need 80 blocks. Make sure what am I doing? I was getting ready to knit 2 together instead of just knit across to the end. Good grief. Math and knitting at the same time Doesn't go together. 0 stars. Do not recommend. So yeah, so 8 squares across. We'll work with 10 squares down. And if I need to add another row or width, I can still do that. So, 24, shoot. I may not have enough yarn for that. Oops. We'll see. Oh no, I'd have to go and buy another skein of yarn. That's fine. It's whatever. I get what I need when I need it. And I've got that share box over there. I'm like going, whoo. Still trying to think, what can I do with this yarn? I'm going to leave the wand cake alone for right now because I want to order a ball winder. And I do like the Stanwood, but it's a little pricey. So I need to save up to get that. And then as soon as I get done with these scrap-ish projects, like the knit one over here, then I've got this basket, and then that, what do you call it? The rug. As soon as I get those done, and I can get that yarn winder, I'm going to make me some scrap cakes. And then I'm going to make a scrap can out of it. Still trying to decide what I want to do with it. I think I want to do the rectangular granny square. Just go around and around and around and around and around. Let the colors fall where they want. And not really care. It's a scrap blanket. Now if I was doing a blanket like where like specific number of rounds for each color, and if I run out of color I have to stop and then wait until I can get more yarn. But this is just let it do what it wants, which is what I will do. Let it do what it wants. Which is basically what I'm doing with that granny square blanket anyway, because it's a Super Saver ombre and spearmint. I'm just crocheting it as it comes out of the thing. I'm not color controlling, because one, I don't know how to do that. I'm not going to snip and knot and clip and whatever just to do that. I'm just going to make it as it happens. Yeah. Tiny needles. These are size 2. Knitting needles. For sock yarn. It's really, really small. They make smaller ones. I think they go down to 0. 0, 0, 0. I want to think goes 000. I'm not sure. I can't remember. It's like going, what would I use that for? Those are really small. This is like sock yarn, which is I think a 2. I know there's yarn that's size 1, but I wonder what crochet thread falls under. That's got to be size 0 or something. But there is a project I want to do, and for like next summer, I'm going to find a shirt that I like in my closet, and I'm going to use that as a template because I kind of want a crochet tank top cover up, but I don't want it to be like solid like that. I want it to be open and airy and let all the air in and don't keep the heat in. So I'm going to use my crochet cotton thread that's sitting over there and a large hook instead of making like a mesh. I'm just going to let the large hook do the work for me. That way I don't really have to count. just make sure I know where my beginning and end are, and then do it that way. And then I want to make like normal size sleeves, because I don't like the cap sleeves. They annoy my shoulders, so that's why I'm not going to do that. Great, another knot. That's fine. So it'll be like a normal sleeve length, and then sew it all together. So the shoulder seam, and we can, like, I could do it as a crochet along, because I also want to do a knit version as well, and that might take a little longer. I mean, I've got the biggest size knitting needles I have, I think, are a size 15. So maybe I'll do one with those. The biggest crochet hook I have is a size S, which is way over there, sitting on a rug made out of scrap jeans, which I kind of need to finish that too. Shoot, that's a UFO as well. Dang it. That's probably 14. That's probably 14 of them. Yep. I have lost my mind. I've got to finish stuff. It's like, and then I've got, like, we need to make tutorial videos for Christmas ornaments. I don't have anything for Halloween right now. It's like there's so many pumpkin videos out for knit and crochet. It's like, I don't think I could do it any different. So there wouldn't be much of anything for me to show. And I don't have, like, the fall color yarn. And I kind of I know I've seen them in different colors that don't have anything to do with, like, fall and stuff like that, but I kind of want, like, the fall colors. I want the oranges and the, like, reds and some greens. That's how I want to do it. With those colors. Ooh, I might end up getting to the corner with very little time to spare, because this corner is going to take all of my attention. But I've got like 5.5 minutes left on my timer. I'll probably edit this video tomorrow. I need to get the finished objects and yarn buys one done. I don't know if I'm going to edit that tonight, or I'm just going to save that and have that come out on Monday, and then this one come out on Tuesday. Well, no. Have this one come out on Monday, and the finished objects and yarn buys one come out on Tuesday. And then wing it from there. Try not to get my needle wrapped up in my yarn. Yeah, this will help me get through. These sessions help me just sit and focus on one project at a time. I mean, I've got like a bazillion different projects, but this one needs to get further along. And then I think I'll do the other one next time. And if I get to the corner on that one, I'll probably pick up the basket. And it's just trying to work on all of this all at the same time. Hopefully it'll stay cloudy all day tomorrow. That would be nice. It was a little warm today. It was like, I think it got to 85 or something, which is unusual for like mid to late September. Usually we're in like the 70s by now, if not had some snow happen. Like I think last year it snowed. Like a little bit, had some flurries or whatever. Back and forth, back and forth, back and forth on my project. Awkward silence is awkward. And I'll probably just let the timer go and then I'm going to finish it up to this corner because there's no sense in leaving a teeny tiny amount if I don't get to the corner by the time the timer goes off. So I just want to work it to there anyway. And it's only 10 stitches. It goes pretty quick. I think I got maybe 3 more rows and then I'll be at the corner. I'll go across this one and then I'll go across the right side of the work. Yeah, I should be at the end on this next row of this side. I'm concentrating. Yeah, I just need to figure out where to put pick up the stitch at here. There we go. Get it on there. Okay, last row for this corner before I have to concentrate on short rows, which I can't count how many times I screwed the short rows up, and I could never figure out how or why because I'm concentrating. Okay, there it is. I am at the corner right here, and then I'll do this short row thing and then come back, and then I'll be doing on the long side of the blanket the next time I pick this up. How much time did I have left? 11 seconds. Haha. Hilarious. I didn't think I would get to the corner, but I did. That's funny. And there's the timer. All right, let me know what you worked on during this session, and I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye for now.